I don't know what's happening in the TikTok universe. I don't know what's happening in the social media universe. But in the real world, I'm African American. I'm black. Okay? Whichever way you want to say it, whatever way you want to talk it. Why is it that there's a whole war raging on social media between Africans and African Americans or Black Americans, however you want to call yourself? At the end of the day, this seemed like some real tactics that happened a long time ago. Like, if you know your history from the 60s and 70s, you know that once upon a time there was a whole section of us that was like, we're going to go back to Africa. And just not too long ago, Africa was like, yo, you can get dual citizenship if you want to go blah, blah, blah.
I'm not even going to sugarcoat it with y'all no more or none of that. I'm flat out, I'm going to tell it like it is. If I think you African, if I look at you, and trust me, we can tell, okay? We can tell that y'all are African. We can tell. When I first got here, the way that people treated me changed the way I think about life. Like I told y'all before, I have anxiety that's very, very bad. Actually, like, I have a crippling anxiety sometimes.
Also, I'm in Africa for the first time. Do I feel exponentially better? Absolutely. Is my hair softer? Yes. Is my skin brighter? Yes. Is it breaking out a little bit because of the traveling? Yes. But I feel so much better. And it's so funny because a lot of the locals are like, you can relax, you can have fun. You're not in the war zone anymore. You can disarm yourself, soldier. And you really do realize your level of tenseness. Like, you're so tense, you're so uptight, you can't just relax in the States. And I would say argue that, like, globally, really, I'm not going to act like Africa doesn't have its issues and its parts of areas and countries that are going through a lot right now. But where I am right now is carefree, it's have fun, it's let loose. And I'm trying to really honor that. So half work, half play. But I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to be here. If you are a Black American, please find your way home. It is amazing. I've only had one day here and it's been a magical day. And I can't wait to see what the rest of my time here looks like. And I'm so, so, so grateful. And I hope to share more soon. Talk to y'all. Peace.
Live from Kenya with Khalees on her 150 acres, soon to be 300 acres of land.
Kenya's everything. Kenya has everything. It is the hub of East Africa for technology and finance and obviously agriculture. This is all privately owned land here. All the animals are free and they're running wild, and we're farming, and it's dope building a little community out here.
I'd recommend everybody go to Africa.
Beautiful place.
It's the birthplace of mankind.
That's right.
But for African Americans, I think it's even more special. You know, to wake up and not have to be conscious that you're black.
Yeah.
Just to be able to wake up and walk outside and you just yourself today.
Yeah.
You don't have to filter that in. There's not a day that I can wake up over here that I don't have to filter that in. I have to factor that in.
Yeah.
When I'm driving, when I'm being pulled over, when I'm hailing a cab, when I'm you know, you got to filter that in. It was such a rewarding thing.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
You know, you don't, look, to wake up and not be a minority.
Yeah.
You don't know what that is. If you've never had to deal with that, congratulations. How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
But to wake up and not be a minority, I didn't know what that felt like. I said, man, I got to get a house over here.
If you want to create generational wealth for you and your family, this is the place to invest your money. This is the place to invest your time. And I get emotional because that is the true fact. If we want to build generational wealth for our families, and I'm sorry, I get so emotional when I talk about it because this is where you need to be. Some of the misconceptions was that Africans here in Africa did not welcome us, did not want us here. They feel like we were disconnected. And then I get here and that's a complete lie. I was welcomed like, it was like my grandmother welcomed me back home with open arms. That's the feeling that I got when I visited Ghana. So that's why I keep coming back now, because the people are just so welcoming and want us here, and they want us to gap that bridge and say, hey, we are one people. No matter, you may be across that ocean, but we are one people. So that's what I love about being here in Ghana.
Hello guys, I hope you're doing super great wherever you are watching us from, and welcome to today's episode. And amidst of the FBA and AA war, amidst of diaspora war, amidst of this misunderstanding of African American and Black Americans, I have compiled you videos For those who may feel that Black Americans and African Americans don't like each other, I have compiled a video of several Black Americans actually who have migrated to Africa, and they have been welcomed. They are feeling the reconnection, and there is nothing wrong that is going on, and they are actually living their full life here. And I think that this video is meant to actually show that when we are united as Black Americans and African Americans and Africans and the Caribbeans, they will always be progressive. And let's watch the videos. Then let me know what you think about this interaction. Let me know what you think about, you know, Black Americans actually coming to Africa, reconnecting, and in both cases, even the Caribbeans can actually move to United States of America. The Black Americans can now start visiting Africa freely, and this is the interaction that we should be talking about, not this diaspora war, because for so long the white supremacy actually pushed this narrative. They actually told the Africans that Black Americans are aggressive, they are violent, and they are lazy. But these are things that we are unlearning. On the other hand, the white supremacy actually pushed this narrative to Black Americans that the Africans are the ones who sold their forefathers, and therefore we have been holding these grudges. But I think now we have got these platforms that we can address these issues. We can unlearn and learn new things. Black Americans, Africa is not poor. Africa is the motherland. Africa is the land of opportunity. Let's check out this video showing Black Americans who are living here in Africa. Let's dive in.
Yeah, my God.
I've done my work for me.
All right, guys, let's go. We're going to the coffee shop. That's the crew back there following me. They all back there. All these Americans are coming to get some this amazing property. So, guys, follow me today, and you'll see the crew back there. They for real. Except that one right there. That is all good. So, all right, guys. See y'all guys on the inside.
Since there's so many of y'all on here talking about go back to Africa, you should go, blah, 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 I decided to ask ChatGPT, Chat, what would happen if all Black Americans left the U.S. and returned to Africa? And one thing ChatGPT do not do is lie, baby. So this is what ChatGPT said. This is food for thought for everybody who's saying go back to Africa. So first, Black Americans make up 14% of the U.S. population and contribute significantly to healthcare, education, sports, entertainment, government. And a sudden departure would create significant labor shortages. That's one. Two, Black Americans contribute over $1.7 trillion annually to the U.S. economy. A departure like that would create a sudden loss of economic power. 3, black-owned businesses which employ millions of Americans would shut down or relocate, shifting the wealth to whatever country all of us went to. Number 4. Now this one gonna really piss you off. This one gonna piss you off. Loss of cultural influence. Black Americans, and I quote, Black Americans have shaped U.S. culture through jazz, hip-hop, and blues, fashion, language, and sports. Their departure would significantly alter America's cultural identity. Here's where it gets good again. A decline in innovation. Blacks foster creativity and innovation. The loss of racial diversity could slow technological advances. See, y'all ancestors ain't tell y'all how sick y'all was. See, y'all, before y'all found us, y'all was fighting each other. See, ain't nobody passed that information on to y'all. Y'all don't know about all that. See, our people passed information on. Y'all people didn't. Y'all wanted to be lost in translation, but we know.
When I first got here, the way that people treated me changed the way I think about life. Like I told y'all before, I have anxiety that's very, very bad. Actually, like I have a crippling anxiety sometimes. So being in a new country after my dogs just got deported, I'm here with my 2 little kids, and you know, my partner is back in the States, not able to get here just yet. And I still wanted to explore. I didn't want my fear to keep me in the room because I know that I'll let it happen. And then I'll be depressed that my fear kept me in the room and I let anxiety win. So I said, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to push through and just go out and see something, even though I'm nervous as hell. So I thought, okay, well, if I do a few things by myself, then I'll feel comfortable doing them with the kids. And then, you know, we can continue to do stuff. So the first day that I was there, after I had already done the stuff to help Kenzo get back to the U.S., I decided to go outside. I was staying in the city center area, and it was very intimidating for me because it was extremely fast paced, and I am not used to that. I thought it was going to be a little bit slower, but everybody was out. Everybody was having a great time. There was a lot of noise, a lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of horns. It was a lot. I'm overstimulated by the time I step out of the hotel door, but I'm determined to make a path so that I can take my kids out so they can see something too, because they're just as excited as everyone else. And they're also extremely bummed that Kenzo's not there with them. They have been so sad to the point to where they were crying at night, like, I just miss Kenzo. I just want to see Kenzo. And I'm like, kids, I know, like, he's coming back soon. Like, you know, they acting like he got deployed or something. But it was difficult for all of us. So I wanted to cheer them up by taking them somewhere. So first thing, I go out and I'm on Long Street. Soon as I go out, I see the doorman for the hotel and I ask him, like, is this a safe area? Is it okay for me to walk around by myself? He was like, yeah, you'll be fine. There's police or security everywhere. You're good. Like, you can go ahead. And I'm like, okay, I still take that with a grain of salt because I got to keep my eyes open, right? Mind you, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know what the hell I was scared of, but I was terrified. I went outside and I'm walking down the sidewalk. There's lots of people and everything's going good. I get to like one traffic light away from where I was at, and I was shook. Like, I'm still nervous. I'm surveying the area. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at and make sure nobody's trying to get me. And by the time I reached the second light, I was terrified. I was about to turn around and go back because I was overstimulated. Nobody was doing anything to me. I was just afraid. I just turned around and started walking back towards where my hotel room was. And my the attendant to that hotel was standing there, and he like waved at me. He was like, "You good?" He just said like, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay," but like he could tell that I was nervous, and he like just with our eyes from 2 lights away from each other, he was like, "You're good. Like, go ahead." I was like, that little gesture meant so much to me
because it just felt like it's somebody that's kind of looking out for you. You know, I'm out here and it seems like I'm completely by myself. I don't know any of these people. I'm outside by myself. I'm scared as hell just because I'm nervous. And it was one person that was there that I don't know, that didn't stand to gain anything from me. And he just let me know, like, hey, I'm looking out for you. And it was an older gentleman. He had to be in his like 50s probably. And he just, you know, let me know, like, I'm looking out for you. You can go ahead and explore. You know, stand along this street. I can see all the way down there. And if something was to happen, maybe he would say something, call somebody, or whatever the case was. And it just gave me a sense of security to know that at least, you know, my dogs, there is one person that's looking out. And honestly, in a bad situation, you cannot put a price on that. I felt so grateful to just be able to explore freely with somebody that I don't even know that said they're kind of looking out for me. And also, this is the same guy that would go up to every Uber and confirm that the Uber was taking me to the right place and that they had the right passenger and I had the right information for them. And he also did the same thing with my Uber Eats orders. Like, he would make sure that it was, you know, who they said they was, and I wasn't just getting too close to random cars. And I truly, truly, truly appreciated that. And it just gave me faith in humanity again. Shortly after that, Kenzo would return to South Africa and the party would really get started. I'm going to tell y'all that in the next video.
See, our culture is a death-based culture. Our culture has been trying to rule and dominate and control resources that exist in Africa.
Some of these Africans that come on my page and start fighting me because I'm trying to wake our people up, you are an enemy of our people. And I have no doubt your ancestors are among those who sold us out. Whatever color you are on this world, it is in the best interest of this planet that Africans wake up. If Africans don't wake up, this world will continue to suffer. Why is it that the ancestors did not build phones, did not build technology? We were charged with taking care of the earth. Exploiting the earth, one thing that the ancestors stood against. As we speak, Earth is moving towards extinction. This is not technology. This is the death of the earth. We are killing ourselves as a species. Everything that you call technology is exploitation, capitalism. It has nothing to do with the advancement of this world. If anything, it is moving us towards our end. The ancestors had better ways, which this world made sure that it was cleared from existence. Everything that you know about our ancestors is post-colonial. Why wipe them out completely out of existence? Only kids can be colonized. You can't colonize an adult. They needed to wipe out the adults and they colonized their kids. These kids are the post-colonial ancestors. These are the ancestors that you know are the ancestors who in turn gave birth to your parents, who in turn gave birth to you, which is why you idolize the white man for driving us towards extinction. Call up your mom or your dad and ask them to choose between you and Jesus Christ, and then get back to me.
When you calculate what you're paying the bank, $3,000, $3,500 a month for 30 years, you're really paying triple what that building is worth. Now, you couple that with the taxes that you're going to pay. It was about 10,000 USD per year on the building, and maintenance on the building. It was beautiful. It was a historic building, but that means also it needs a lot of maintenance just continuously. So when I did the math on that, I'm like, well, this is going to leave me in debt until I'm over 60 years old. And also it's going to cost me triple, almost quadruple what the building is really worth. So in that situation, the only winner is the bank to me. So at that time, I was already up almost $500,000 in equity. So I said, I'm going to take my reparations now. And I sold it. And I came here and I built 2 houses. And I said to myself, if I can just build 2 houses in Ghana from the money from that building, I would have more than what I was in debt to the bank for. So I was in debt to the bank like almost $500,000. And so now I have 2 houses that are about $600K. So I call it success, a win.
Connected Minds Podcast.
What did you say? It doesn't look real?
It looks like we're in Anguilla.
There you go. There you go.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh, this is unreal. Pretty and
girl. Hey,
And so where are you guys at? Are you in the Caribbean?
No, it seems like sunny South Africa.
I've heard that somewhere.
No, that's because we got a proper tour. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, emphasis on the proper.
Excellent.
Haven't been treated this good in our life ever.
Whoa! I got that on tape. So this is where we are, guys. This is incredible.